I've been working the night shift at the hospital for almost a week now. Everything was peaceful at the start, but with the passage of time, I started to experience some disturbing things around me. From moving shadows to lost things, these incidents were getting more common day by day. The dimly lit hallways of the hospital always shake my soul. These incidents made me realize the biggest mistake of my life. I thought of shifting my duty to the daytime, but all in vain. The hospital was located in a very deserted place on the outskirts of the town. After the daily occurring incidents, I tried to calm myself, as it could be my misconception, but I was unable to stand against the horrors of the hospital. One of the most breathtaking accidents happened in emergency room 102. The room had gained the reputation of being the most horrible place among the doctors and the nurses. Everyone seemed reluctant to go there. One night, I was called in to check a patient in the room. According to the OPD report, it was an old female in the room. I mustered up courage and went to examine the patient. When I entered the room, the atmosphere of the room started to become very suffocating, and the patient was not there. It took my breath out of my chest, as how it is even possible. All of a sudden, I was able to hear labored breathing. Confused, I checked the restroom and closet, but no one was there. After some time, I heard a scream. It shook my body from head to toe. I immediately ran out of the room to the nurse, who told me that the patient in room 102 had died yesterday. After experiencing the most horrible incident of my life and still struggling with my mental health, I somehow continued my night shift. There was an old staff bathroom which was out of order for almost a year, but I had to pass it during my rounds. One night while I was on my round, I developed an urge to use the bathroom. I overlooked the fact that the bathroom was out of order for a considerable time. I entered the bathroom. While I was there, the lights started to flicker, and suddenly one of the lights burst, making a considerable noise. I was shivering from fear, as the previous incident had already disturbed me to a considerable extent. The bathroom had a very scary appearance. The bathroom was covered in dust and spider webs. While I was washing my hands in the basin, I saw something in the mirror. It was a nurse in a white uniform standing behind me that was staring at me with her bloody eyes. Her uniform was from decades past, and her face was pale and gaunt, her eyes sunken. With a shivering body, I spun around, but no one was there. When I looked back into the mirror, the nurse was still there, and this time she was closer. Slowly, she raised her hand as she was advancing to choke my neck. I was about to faint, but I ran for my life. I ran out of the bathroom. While I was running, the lights in the hallway started to flicker, and a ghostly force seemed to pull me back, but somehow I managed to escape. The very next day, I resigned from the job, as it was obvious now that the hospital was haunted, and I decided not to take any of the night shift duty, as it had already destroyed my mental health.